Damn, they gonna kill their ass when they did. They can't even go back to New York. Damn, and then in a minute they gotta tax the fuck out of New York. That means you done killed the motherfucking military leader in the motherfucking government of New York. Eddie said he was like that in the 20th and 30th century. And he owned jazz club. And he owns your music. So I mean every motherfucking music label they made finna get tossed out. I mean, I'm looking dead at this man's history. And he stayed motherfucking putting pressure on the motherfucking ain't none of me that already woke up me. Think he could rob back and sleep me to stay on the streets. And nah, you ain't gonna be able to even beat the DNA. What that mean when you got to challenge the feds fighting the DNA? That means you got to press a charge against ancestry, and you ain't gonna win against federal ancestry. You wolfing and bluffing. Think you can use me until your ass get locked up. And the mom owned New York and Chicago, plus Philadelphia, plus Los Angeles and Detroit. So all that gotta get struck, and Alaska gotta get struck. Costa Rica. And she was part of the GI Bill. She was 49% of the GI Bill. And that's another reason. Now I see the main reason why they can't get paid. Another main reason. It seems like the mother and the kid is a part of the GI Bill and they can't get paid without neither one of them. So that forced the police until they lock their ass up. They can't even get paid. And then it says today, they all making a 20, at least $28 an hour, no less than $28 an hour today. And they ain't even getting that. Well, this is well said. Showing him. It's showing how he owns their city on jazz music. So that means he own all their soul music. And remix music. Says Italian and German music and Irish music he owns. And then he owns the emergency club. And so that means you can't out there you can't get a motherfucker respond to emergency. Now let's see. It says in New York City, 1920, African Americans between 1917, 1920, and then it says they made 1925. In 1925, they made a straight $200,000, and it says move to New York. And that was the original New York, and that's some of the original black family members they murdered off, and they got murdered off in World War One. They got murdered off in World War One. Let's see. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. And then it says Carolina. And then it says Carolina African American communities. And ain't no way his son, Howard J. Rosenberg, they cut them out the DNA for Howard J. Rosenberg. His son is only Jack Johnson. And I know, say he ain't rocking me and sleeping till, and I ain't believing that shit until he rumbled with ancestry. Why he ain't pressing charges on ancestry? All right, fucking it. And then also in a minute, they even own this Duke Energy Club. It says they even own Washington D.C. The Jelly. Then they own what's that Jelly Roll music? That's when Jelly Roll was technically black, making jazz and hip hop music. And then let's see. He still ain't rumbling this year. He's still upstairs talking stupid. No fouling charges on ancestry, losing everything. And then what's this? It says Paul Robinson. And then it says, oh, and then what's this? Arrest. There is another motherfucking, another, the way I know he ain't a related. It says arrest, search as Aaron Douglas. So they locked up his son when he switched his name to Aaron. And then it says New York. And then it says 1920. Then it says New York. And then it said that's what made them switch up their name. And they called him Yankee. Stealing 15 children. And then this to make they'll join jazz and baseball league in New York City. Hot spot. And make clubs. And it said Babe Ruth. And then it says the recording of Babe Ruth between 1921 to 1930. It says Yorkie, Yankees, and then yeah, they labeled them Yankees. Then they had to switch their name. Then they say Yankees. So some of this shit been going on before I was even born. They called them Yankees and made them switch their name, and then they was making $1 million because of his Babe Ruth performance. And then it says up to date. Now that I took the DNA, it says they grew powerful. They made 2.5 million in money and building, but they still got a salute the name Yankee. That means kidnap, snatching up humans. They thought it was a racist mark. It really ain't a racist mark. Really, it's a kidnapper mark put on New York City. Then damn, this it built back up their Radio Raw, but what they did, they even damaged Radio Raw. Damn, and then they had to clean up bodies off the streets. That's New York between 1920. It says they caused in New York. They caused mass bodies that they had to clean up. The mass dirty and bodies they had to pick up. So they just wild out, got to shoot shit like crazy, and wonder why everything got smashed. After in World 1, they got out and wasn't supposed to get out and wasn't supposed to win, and they start buying new sports cars and then new vehicles in New York. And then it's showing me the original people, how they was building houses and everything they was doing. This is the original people, all the people that they killed too. And I'm looking at that shit too. And who was this? That was Wilson Franklin Bucher. Alright, I'm going on over here. Check this highlight. Says let's see what makes you unique. And then it says Nigeria. And it says 30 some percent. Togo 15%. Then let's see. Ivory Coast. Then it says West Barnard Indian. Meal 7% Indian, all Indian. So it's technically them that's West Indian. Let's keep recording. It's been recording for 15. Right there. Then it shows slavery in Carolina. Then it shows they was trying to get them to work and they started screaming slavery with no slavery. Showing them how to live. Then some of them did start participating, getting money. Then it says your mind is strong. Dedication is strengthening. Heart rate is strengthening. Night owl. You start to slowly grow more and more to a night owl. And that's it right there. Huh. Still no Indian. They still saying there's no such thing as an Indian. Hold on. I could read the whole DNA. So one of the parents was Irish, one of the parents was German. Look at this. One of the parents was Irish, one of the parents was German. And then they keep saying and read all the way up. They made it Nigerian. And all this, and somehow this had to be, all this an Indian mode. Indian mode. So Ireland, and it says Ireland and northwestern Germany. And then it says made Nigeria. All this is Indian though. Nothing different. And then it says they on the South region United States, Carolina, United States, and they on Georgia originally United States. Deep into conjoins, you got that one. Compared by parent, two different sets of mixed up Indian. Let's see what this is right here. Somehow they kept saying I'm doing wrong, but it's on my hair. They gonna say I'm doing all right. More hands, notifications. And here's pictures that she's labeled missing that she had documented that she'll wind up putting back. And then capital theft. Massachusetts